I need to take my hat off.
If you don't mind.
Okay.
Is that a Yankee hat?
No, yes, yes. UK.
I'm ready.
No, no, no. Not Yankee that way.
Let me know when you're good. All right. Give us your first and last name and please spell it.
First name is Spencer. Last name is Jordan. Spencer, Spencer. Jordan, Jordan.
Talk about your experience in farming.
Well, my experience is that I was thinking about it, I might be of what you would call the changeover, if you will, because I really didn't have to do it. My first experience was going out and picking up leaves out in the barn and things, and it was basically like, get out of here, you're not going to do anything, and or you don't have the urge to work. But it was a curiosity. But gradually, as time went on, my uncles who were older, and they was out cropping tobacco and working on the farms, and they made money, and that in itself, and wanted to follow them, wanted to be just like them. Like, why can't I do that? No, you're not big enough, you're not old enough. Take care of your sister and your brothers, and cut the grass and things of that nature. Do the normal, more menial chores around the home, and it was not pushed on me to do that. But there again, I wanted to show that I could go out there and work in the fields. So gradually, they gave me that shot. I'll never forget Mr. Skeeter Jones. That said he and got about 3 or 4 of us say, okay, y'all can go out and we're gonna try you. First, started out sucking tobacco. Had no clue. I had know about tobacco, knew about picking up the leaves and stuff. So he got out there and worked. Actually, his son were my same age, so we went to school together. So that kind of brought the camaraderie and the work ethic to go out there and just Alan and George, we all got out and just had fun and work and sweat. But that was what brought that unity there in the work. So we learned how to sucker tobacco, and gradually, okay, then we're gonna learn how to. They call it lugging, sand lugging the tobacco. And that year, we actually cropped tobacco, crack, crop tobacco beer, just going down the roads, and it was something unusual for me. It was some days I came like, oh my goodness, I done got into something I didn't really want to. But in a Friday, you get your money, you say, okay, great, great, that worked out great. Uh, that following year, my mother said, okay, you want to get out there? You going to pay for your summer school clothes and everything. So I actually had to go and work. But the thing about, like I said, that transition, we transitioned from not only having to hang tobacco that the year before and out there walking up and down the roads and carrying it and going into the trailer and dumping your tobacco in there, but Mr. Skeeter Jones had brought, they call it a cropper, it's like the sled. You sit on them and you actually sat down and crop tobacco. Oh, I don't think that was probably the best joy of my life. I never, it's always vivid in my mind because we sat there singing songs, going down the road, and at the end, you be at the end of the road, it's like, man, this is all right. You didn't actually had to endure it was hot, but not the sun just beating on you. So that's what we did, and it was just that was how my experience came with cropping tobacco and working on the farm.
You ever work in a warehouse?
No, they never did have to go to warehouse.
Did you ever have an experience where you got to go when the tobacco was taken to the warehouse?
Yes,
What was that like?
just seeing the auction. How would you explain? It was like just being at awe, just seeing the things that were transpiring. Half of it I didn't know, or why they were doing the money, or how it was, the auctioneer and how they were making the deals and pass. But just the awe of it. I mean, that history of Mullins, and even when I was a little boy, no, Mullins was a tobacco town. That's all, that and agriculture, but tobacco was a big thing. So you had that lure of wanting to see it in action. Like I said, not having any clue of what was all developing or aspiring there, but you just want to be there and just sense it, if you will. And those, like I said, even today, they're just so vivid now to where I wouldn't change a thing for that.
Did the smell of tobacco permeate you?
Oh, I never forget that smell. That's a smell that tobacco, the sucking tobacco, having the gum and stuff, cropping tobacco, that's in itself, it's got a distinct smell. But then also after it comes out the barn, it has another those I don't know how to even describe it to say this is what it is, but that's something that if it comes about, I know it. So okay, yeah, that's pure tobacco, or this is tobacco we cropping, putting it, and it's a difference even to the point of when you're cropping tobacco in the morning and you're wet and you getting the gum and stuff in the evening time. It's just that's a great question. I just don't know how to even determine it to give you something say you can tangibly say, oh well, I can smell that, or reference it to.
Well, Mullins is tied to tobacco, and the thing that I've always found fascinating, because I'm from St. John's in Darlington, that's
Okay.
where I grew up, Blue Devil, but Mullins is auctioneers.
Yeah, no offense against you, the Blue
And, but, I mean, Blue Devil doesn't really mean anything to the town, but auctioneer means something to Mullins.
Correct. Everything was based on it, synonymous to what that's the bill of Mullins. I don't know how they all originated, but that is actually synonymous to that auctioneer, Mullins Tobacco, Golden Leaf Festival. I mean, everything is tied to that. Even today, I mean, tobacco is not really the thing that is built, but that's undergirding. That's where Mullins is from. I mean, you can't take that from them. And I mean, I'm not even the last generation, but I was pretty close to the end of doing tobacco. But that's my claim to fame as far as being able to remember something vividly about farming, opposed to just working in the garden and that's what we ate. But the agriculture part of it, yes, but then the farming part of it is tobacco.
What was it like going to town on a Saturday when tobacco season was going?
Well, if you can get, that's when you get the lure of everybody's here. I mean, Mullins, downtown Mullins, everything is going. It's not just tobacco, but it just brought the life to town. It's almost you get the some semblance of what you try to get that back. We try to get back once again is when we had the Golden Leaf Festival. You know, yes, you have everybody commuting back and forth and entertainment and all the things, but that was a sense of the Golden Leaf is synonymous to what was happening when it's time for the market to come back into the warehouse and tobacco and auctioneers are coming out.
What did you learn from farming?
Ooh, I think now that's if you're taking the discipline of work, I have no problem about working. If you could work on a farm, you can work anywhere else. But I, even though having the discipline to work, I think for me more so, and it may be for others as well, but the working outside, nature, being able to be involved with, I said, yeah, I came in cropping the back and you could see every bit of what I've done, from the clothes all the way down. But that was a sense of accomplishment. Even though you may say, well, you didn't make this much or you made that much that week, and it was a sense of accomplishment that I have done something successfully, put my hand to the plow, if you will, for lack of a better term.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, I just like to say that transition, and as I said, I was thinking, it's just that transition of we went from 1 year I was hanging tobacco, being able to take the stick and then to where no, we don't need no hanging no more. We had the barns where they had laid out tobacco and stuff, or going down the roads and cropping tobacco physically. I mean, hand walking up and down. But then here I am now sitting in what they call a cropper harvest, sitting there cropping tobacco up on a cropper. So I seen that transition, and then now, right now, so I didn't know that was the end of really going. I was at the back end of that transition from tobacco leaving the city of Mullins.
What's it been like watching the transition of the last tobacco auctions to watching the warehouses disappear? And now you just have one, and they don't call it a warehouse anymore. They call it tobacco buying center.
Yeah. Well, and actually, it's a little bit of dismay. I mean, that everything, like I said, synonymous to Mullins is related to tobacco. And so, um, not say you want those times back. That was our industry. That was what made Mullins what Mullins is. The money, the flow, economically, you know, and I enjoyed, if I would just go back and recount, sometimes that we just was out there, yes, it was hard work, but just sitting there eating nabs and sodas and getting ready to go. Those times, you can't get those times, but we just sit and talk and just have fun. And it was just great. Like I said, uh, even though the owner of the farm, his two sons, we went to school together. So not only did that carry on from the summer, it went into the school year, with best of friend classmates. And you just can't you can't garner that kind of relationship. I feel right as of now.
Through times of change.
Yes.
So, thank you so much for coming
Thank
in.
you.
I've enjoyed talking with you.
Thank you. I know I didn't have much, but I appreciate it.
You did good.